Hi race fans, I'm Elliot Camies and this is your NASCAR Cup Dates Friday preview show. Today me and Dan will be going over our picks for the All-Star race and the All-Star Open at Texas Motor Speedway. So Dan buddy, you've got three up on me now. I just can't seem to win these things, but how you doing?
Hey Elliot, thank you so much again for having me, man. It is always a pleasure and I'm doing great. So this week takes us to the All-Star race. This is the hardest race to try to nail down for anybody. The amount of X factors we have in this race are enormous. No team has their actual car on the track. This is the back of the shop bargain brand version of these new cars. Nobody wants to wreck what they have for an actual points paying race. The All-Star race has always been the race of gimmicks, and it doesn't look like we have one this year. We've had things like neon lights under the cars, experimental setups to see how these can perform in the future. We've had a soft compound tire to try and improve speeds, and I think that needs an honest shakedown for another year with these brand new cars. Hoping to see that come back, but right now we got a race coming up.
Okay, so you won last week with your pick at Kansas, so which driver have you got your eye on?
So the All-Star Open is going to have three separate stages, two 20s and one 10-lap stage. So that means we're going to have at least three drivers making it in, assuming one of them is not the fan vote. So firstly, I think we're going to see Daniel Suarez with Trackhouse Racing. There is no need to explain any further what they've done, but I'm going to do it anyway. They are on top of their game. I never thought that we'd be seeing them as much of a powerhouse as they are. Ross Chastain is leading them to the promised land, and I think that Daniel Suarez is going to be in hot pursuit. He's got the car, he's got the team, he does have the talent, he just needs to get that first win. Number two, I think we're going to see Erik Jones in the 43 car. I cannot express how happy I am to see that 43 car up front. It is gratifying to finally watch the 43 driven by Richard Petty up front in a winning position week in and week out. He's going to do it sometime soon, I'm hoping, but I think he may also have something for the All-Star race here. Now on to number three. I'm speaking from the heart here. I think Chris Buescher might actually have something. This kid has looked very good the last several weeks and has gotten some very bad luck. He seems to be poised to start getting consistent top 10s. He seems to be outdriving the equipment that Roush is providing for him. And I honestly believe that this kid, with a bunch of X factors, might also be just one more X factor to push all the way to the front.
I definitely agree with you on that one. Well, most of them actually. I do think Daniel Suarez is leaning to that way, he will win the Open. I think Tyler Reddick will win stage one. I like the speed he's been showing this year. I like how he's been consistently outrunning his teammate. He's up to 5 second place finishes now. Eventually he's going to break through for that win. But I definitely think he's up to speed where he could race his way into the All-Star race. I think in stage one, that's it, Tyler Reddick show. As for stage two, I do think Erik Jones. I really agree with you on that. The 43 is on the verge of win number 200. It's lovely to see it running out front again. I do love that it's out front again. I never got to see the 43 running up front. I was born way after that. So to see that number leading laps, being in the top 5, being in the top 10 on a consistent basis, just makes it so much better to see. And it's a lot of fun as well. As for the All-Star Open, I said Daniel Suarez. Like you said, he's following Ross Chastain, he's following his lead. He's had some amazing runs this year. At the start of the year, he was faster than Ross Chastain. Then come Vegas, Chastain just took off. But Suarez is definitely that guy you want to watch out for. I think he's going to be smart with it. I think he will be in the All-Star race. And I think if he doesn't win the race, he'll be a fan vote. So, with the All-Star Open done, who have you got for your All-Star race? The main event. Who have you got winning?
And there it is, the literal $1 million question. Who's winning the All-Star race? This is going to be a very difficult one to even try to nail down. Are we going to see a Ford, Toyota, Chevy? Is it going to be Alex Bowman? Does William Byron have what it takes to come out on the front? Is he going to move Logano? He's got a shot in the chamber, but I don't think it's going to be here. My honest pick is going to be one a bit out of left field, but I want y'all to watch out for this kid. The number 20 of Christopher Bell. I've been watching him the last few weeks. He seems like he has something. I'm starting to come around to this kid. It wasn't happening the last few weeks, but I'm starting to feel it. I'm watching how he's running. He's running up front, and he's making that Gibbs equipment actually work for him. It finally is clicking. And I think the All-Star race, with as many X factors as we're seeing here, this kid might actually do it.
Okay, so I respect that. Definitely think it will be a JGR driver, not Christopher Bell. But I do think it will be Denny Hamlin this year. I like his speed. I like where he's coming from. I like how he's finally managed to put good runs over the last few weeks together and be up front and contending. He has been caught up in some incidents that weren't his fault. It happens to everyone. I don't think any more noticeable than Denny Hamlin this particular season, though. But keep your eye on him, because Denny Hamlin, with his penalty, he's going to get everything he can out of Chris Gabehart, everything out with the crew, and everything out of that car in particular. That penalty will take him all the way up to Road America, where they'll be reunited. He's out for it this week. He's out for it, and I am here to see it. Now, keep your eye on Denny Hamlin for your All-Star Race 2022. Okay, that is everything for our picks this weekend. I guess we'll get you on next week to look out for the Coke 600. You know, what are you saying to that? I'll get you on here again, see if I can. It's 4 points this week. I could really bank up some ground.
As always, man, thank you so much for having me. It is always a pleasure to come out and talk NASCAR with you. I'm really looking forward to the Coke 600 coming up in a couple of weeks, but right now we got the All-Star race coming up. Ain't a points-paying race, but this is definitely going to be something really interesting to watch. Thank you again.
These are your All-Star race facts. Kyle Larson has won the last 2 All-Star races he's been in. In 2019 with Chip Ganassi Racing, he won it at number 42 Chevrolet. Obviously he had to miss 2020 due to a suspension, but in 2021 he came back to Texas Motor Speedway and blitzed the All-Star race. The last 2 All-Star race winners have gone on to be champions of the sport. Chase Elliott in 2020 won the All-Star race at Bristol and won the championship at Phoenix. Kyle Larson did it at Texas and Phoenix also. And there'll be 12 NASCAR champions that have won the All-Star race in the same year, dating all the way back to Darrell Waltrip in 1985. These have been your All-Star race facts. Well, that's it for this week's Friday preview. Seeing as the Monday videos are coming to a close, make sure you check in on Friday where me and Dan will be going over our picks for the Coke 600 Memorial Day weekend. Hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Dan, thank you for joining me. Take care.